swinging by the channel to check out my latest beer haul, one from the Barrel House in Dayton, Ohio, just about 35 minutes from me. Stopped by there today, out doing some running with my son, and swung by here and picked up what I think is a nice haul. 12 different beers here. Got some real bangers, some real 12-ounce grenades in here. Shout out to my man Ridgeopolis. So I'm going to jump right into this, okay? Because there's 12 of them. I don't want this to ramble on too long. Probably will, though. So I'm going to jump right into one that I picked up out of a Rheingeist Brewing Company. Check it out. This is probably some of their best artwork. They usually don't go this crazy on their artwork here. So I really like this here. This here is an Imperial IPA. It's called Terror Bird. Terror Bird Imperial IPA. What was it? 8%? 8.5% alcohol by volume. And just some cool artwork on this one right there. So one out of the Rheingeist Brewing Company out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Then we got one from the Land Grant Brewing Company. And they are out of Columbus, Ohio. And this one here is their, what's that say on there? Oh, Beers with Brewers podcast. This in here is Kazaka Blank. Kazaka Blank. Blank. I'm going to actually have to look into this. I just thought, man, I wanted to pick up one of these. It was under $3. I wanted to pick up a few local, in-state beers. Be sure I did them here in this review. And this one here is a hazy IPA. And I'm going to look into more of this, see what this is actually about. But you got like the hop, like gunslinger there. And with some type of space gun, an alien with some type of space gun. Very cool. It's very catchy artwork up on the shelf there. And it says it's Cascade and Azaka. Cascade, Kazaka. I wonder if they put those two together. Yeah, these are, okay. Those are all in reference to the hops that are in it. See, I don't do any research before I start recording. 6.4% alcohol by volume. And that is a hazy IPA with some fantastic artwork there. Then I got a couple of them out of Urban Artifact out of Cincinnati, one of my favorite breweries. When it comes to sours, when it comes to what they call Midwest fruit tarts, nobody touches them in the area. They are just fantastic. This one here is their Pocket Watch. It's a dark fruit Midwest fruit tart. And that's what they call their fruit tart beers. It is 17 black currants, 14 grapes, and 1 plum in each can. That's a lot of dark fruits in there, right? So this one here, they're usually, sometimes they're low, but this coming in at 8%. They're pounding out with an 8% ABV on that one right there. Then the other one I got out of Urban Artifacts. This one here is their Sugar Plum. This one is a seasonal around this time of the year, around December time frame, November, December. Now, I had already got my 12 beers of Christmas, but this is probably a bonus like holiday beer that I'm going to do this year here on the channel. Although this is probably going to release after the holidays, after Christmas, but so you may have already seen this review before I actually release this video. Excuse me. And this one here is, what did they call it? Sugar Plum. It's plum and vanilla American fruit tart. Plum and vanilla. How can you pass that up? Plum, vanilla, and lactose. Reward the curious. And what is this one coming in at? This is a 7.2% as well. So a couple of them up there that's, there's some pretty good ABVs actually on those things. Now we'll jump into one from the Brewing Project. This is their Caramel Apocalypse. See that? I don't even know how to say it. Some like apple monster on there, I guess. Caramel apple monster right there. But this is a caramel apple Goza style ale. Has vanilla, granola, sea salt, and cinnamon. That sounds absolutely delicious. Cool artwork, as the brewing project always hits home runs on their artwork, always hits home runs on their sour. So I'm looking forward to this one right here. Hope I get a better pronunciation of that name when we get back. Let's see here. Grab one from Street Side Brewing. They are out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And this here is their Sup, bro. Sup, bro. You know, I guess that's how you say it there. Like hipster language right there. You hipsters out there, get that one right there. You got the little hand gesture right there. Now this here is a New England style IPA coming in at 6.7% alcohol by volume. Real close to that 7. That, you know, just poundable level for me. So this one here, looking forward to it. I've actually heard quite a bit of good stuff about this one here. And this is almost 2 months old right now. So this is probably the oldest beer that I have in here. I would say this is definitely the oldest beer I have in here. It's about 2 months old. We'll slap that bad boy up there. All right, now let's get into some of these. So we now have J. Wakefield Brewing here in the area. Now we do get it in. This is a collab with Equilibrium, who we now also have in the area, and J. Wakefield, who we also have in the area. We don't get a lot of offerings from them. There's a few of them on the shelf. I think maybe there was like 3 or 4. I think there was maybe 3 Equilibrium on the shelf in the craft shop, and these guys got a lot of stuff. The Barrel House in Dayton, Ohio is killer. So I'm pretty pumped to see Equilibrium making it to the area, as well as a couple other ones in here I'll talk about. But this one here is Equilibrium and J. Wakefield Brewing collaboration. And if you know anything about Spaceballs, Mel Brooks' Spaceball comedy, there is all kinds of puns on this here. So this is a direct, it has to be, this is definitely a direct inspiration from that movie there. So you got yogurt there, you got the RV with the wings, you got the Comb the Desert on there. This is just cool right here, cool artwork right here. And this is coming in at 8.7% alcohol by volume, and it is a double New England IPA with vanilla and lactose right there. We also have another one out of J. Wakefield and Equilibrium collab. Now this one here is one, if you know, I'm a Star Wars guy. I've done a few Star Wars inspired beers, so this one here was an absolute no-brainer, as well as this one was, plus Equilibrium, right? Absolute no-brainers for me to pick up. This one here is Punch It Chewy. So if you know anything about Star Wars, this makes perfect sense to you, right? So this here is a sour ale with raspberry, pineapples, and oranges. Coming in at 6% alcohol by volume. Super cool right here. That's what this one is. That is just super cool right there. Let's see here. We got a 450 North I went ahead and picked up. It's been a while since I've had anything from 450. And these guys are expensive. This was $8, but most of the beers on the shelf from 450 North that's in my area, they're like $10 beers. You know, you're not going to get them in this area of Ohio for under $8. It's just, and this one here, I was actually surprised at that $8. My son was with me, and this is the one that he said I should pick up because they had a bunch of cookie-inspired beers up there. And I think they had like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes. Of course, they weren't called that, but that was the inspiration behind it. A few other ones there. And this one here was the Cookie Crisp inspired smoothie style sour ale with blueberry, strawberry, blackberry, milk chocolate, and cookie cereal. This should be amazing right there. We got a few more in here. Starting to box myself in here. We got one out of Drecker here. This here is their Chunk Cherry Drumstick. And this one here, yeah, just over a month old on this one here. Cherry Drumstick Sunday Sour. Drecker slays it on their sours. I expect this one to be as good as every single one of them I've ever had from them. They list the ABV on here. You know, I actually didn't see it on here, but we'll know. We'll have a better idea when we actually crack it open for the review. Super cool artwork on this one as well, as typical for those guys right there. And we have a Flying Monkeys, who I see a lot of these guys more and more of these guys in the areas. They're out of Canada. They actually have somebody in northern Ohio. Let's see here. Imported from Canada by Beverage company out of Canton, Ohio. So up in northern Ohio, Canton there, they actually, somebody up there actually imports them from Canada. So we get a good amount of these here in the state. Almost, I think every Flying Monkey I've had has been very, very good. They have their stuff together up there. And they probably have so much more up there that I don't even get here in Ohio. But I've just been impressed with all of the stuff I've had from them. They had maybe four offerings from them. One of them I've already had, and this one here, which was $5.50 a can. So they're like $5 to $8, depending on, you know, maybe $4 to $8, depending on what you're getting from them. But this one here fit right in my wheelhouse there. This one here is they're calling it Fluffity Fluff Fluff. Hashtag. So they're just using a bunch of symbols on there. Double IPA, but look at that. Just as always, again, this is another brewery that just home runs every time with their artwork. Just amazing stuff as far as artwork goes with these guys. And then last but certainly not least, also making it down to the Dayton, Ohio area is Hop Butcher for the World. Now there was only 2 offerings from them on this shelf here. This one was $5.50. And again, these guys are in the area, $5 to $10 or better, depending on what it is. This one here is Total Daylight in the Dark. Wait, Total Daylight in 3 Dimension. What the heck was I reading? Total Daylight in 3 Dimension. There's some crazy writing on there. And this here, again, this is another double IPA. So I've only had a few from Hop Butcher, and they were sent to me from my man Ridgeopolis and my other man Joe from over at the Beer Patrol. 2 awesome dudes out there, and they've sent me some Hop Butcher. And you know, that's really the only beer I've had from them is what was sent to me. So I'm glad to see them in the area. Kind of pricey, but you know what? How else am I gonna get in the area? We're gonna have to pay the price. The $5.50, I'll pay that all day long. And I think the other one that they had was maybe $10 or something like that. But clearly, I got a budget. I got a beer budget, and I had to stretch it out, get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, kind of mix it up. So, hey, anyhow, that's my latest beer haul. I hope you guys tune in to watch at least some of these reviews. And like always, thanks for watching.